Welcome to Portland, Oregon, where literally every day is pretty much Halloween. Love that about the place. And what can I say? Fall colors are in full effect. And since tomorrow's Halloween, kind of has to start with Frank Zappa. And it's very difficult to pick something from him because almost all of it fits. Halloween's the time that normal people, or norms, whatever, or trad people, whatever you want to call it, actually let their freak out a little bit. Whereas in Portland, it's okay to be yourself. Nobody's gonna judge you in Portland, unless you're Stephen Miller. Anyways, difficult to pick a song. There's Attack the Killer Tomatoes, all sorts of other things. But what I came up with was a posthumous release, which is called Civilization Phase 3. And it's a post-apocalyptic two-part opera where people live in a piano. Anyways, it's haunting. Compositions, some modern quartet musicians playing on it, but a lot of synclavier work and voice acting. But I think the track off of that particular album is Beat the Reaper. Put that on in any, let's say you're having a Halloween party or get together, that will hit the mood perfectly. Beat the Reaper off of Civilization Phase 3. Can't go wrong. I also have to have King Crimson on here. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it, and almost all their music fits. Robert Fripp has referred to King Crimson as, this other entity and related to terror, and from their first album out, it was like that. The Crimson King is a terrifying figure. It's kind of this character of tyranny and whatnot. Oh, it doesn't relate to the times at all, does it? Anyways, I thought, you could. There's a lot of different options. Anything off the first album could fit in the core of the Crimson King. But I want to pick something not exactly obscure, but related more directly to terror, which is off the Red album, which is One More Red Nightmare. Kind of a fun little song about being in a plane that's crashing. And of course, at the end, you wonder whether it's just waking up on a bus about to do another tour date in King Crimson. Yeah, the sort of music I really like, and my own music gets compared to it quite a bit. Pretty much anything that's very progressive, has things like, Phrygian mode and Locrian, which is my favorite mode, is compositionally used. They're very unsettling. Microtones are another thing I'm really into. Very unsettling. Devil's Triads, all sorts of other fun things, but chromaticism, whatever you want to throw in there as musical tools, King Crimson uses them. And it kind of comes from their love of Stravinsky too, which I really love. And I guess I came to rock and roll by way of Stravinsky. And King Crimson is really responsible for the first rock act to really incorporate Stravinsky's musical ideas. Fun. Oh, this list really gets going. And for example, Mr. Crowley. You got to have Ozzy on there. All about Aleister Crowley. Thought of himself as a type of sorcerer, evil sorcerer, who knows. But it's a great song. It is very proggy. And it's great melodies, great guitar work from Randy Rhoads. Do the version off the Randy Rhoads tribute album, the live one. It's incredible. Absolutely. An obvious track, but you should listen to it this time of year. So yes, there's a really natural relationship of progressive music to horror, just because, you know, odd time meters, dissonances, atonality, all those sorts of things are unsettling to people because they're not as used to hearing them. So horror soundtracks are really great. So, you know, you can go for deeper cuts and trying to find really cool progressive gems if you want to listen to some progressive music on Halloween or this time of year. One really good one is a Plague of Lighthouse Keepers by Van de Graaff Generator. Really quite a mood on that song. Another great one would be Warden Cliff Tower by Alan Holdsworth, the great Alan Holdsworth, one of the most individual musicians of the 20th and beginning of 21st century. Actually, my guitar, my Kiesel guitar, actually has Alan Holdsworth design pickups in it, and I use them. I sound nothing at all like him, but man had great taste in a lot of things. Certainly in being individual. Another individual musician would be Steve Vai. Steve Vai is another big influence on me. Not really happy with a lot of his later work. He got really cheesy after Passion of Warfare, but some really great ideas. And right after he left Zappa's band, he did a solo album called Flexible, and Little Green Men's a great track on that. It sort of fits with the space aliens thing. The man plays like an alien. I guess I should be one to talk. I don't play anything like Steve Vai either, but I definitely cut my teeth on learning to play most of his early music and stuff like that. What else is there? Another deep cut from Peter Gabriel, a song called Darkness. Darkness off the Up album, which this album's taken me a long time to really warm up to. But it's a song about monsters and monstrous things. Not always so abstractly or fictional. And that's a great track as well. The thing about horror is it's very much tied to the sense of the sublime. You know, there's the terror of nature and the implied threat of it all, and at the same time it becomes sublime when it actually doesn't kill you. And the horror genre is very much tied directly to all that. Part of the reason I find it compelling. Fits with unsettling progressive music tropes like odd time signatures, microtones. Oh yes, there's a lot of other things, you know. There's some obvious suggestions. For example, Hocus Pocus by the band Focus. That was a big instrumental hit. I absolutely love the guitar work of Jan Ackerman, one of my favorite guitarists. Great rhythm guitarist, inventive as well as the lead. People always focus on lead playing, but your ability as a rhythm guitarist really matters quite a bit. The War of the Worlds soundtrack by composer Jeff Wynne. Great, and Warren Hurt, Produce Like a Pro, just posted a great walkthrough of his home studio and home. Amazing. I love that sort of thing. I love just seeing how other people work. And of course, there's Tubular Bells by Mike Oldfield. Really obvious thing. Just, you know, has that relationship to the Halloween film franchise, as well as being used in one of the Exorcist films. Totally obvious solutions, totally obvious picks, which is fine. Of course, there's a few other things that just have to be here. Of course, let's pick a Metallica song. It's got to be All Nightmare Long. Lots of great changes. Works the mood and the theme, kind of like the being hunted by something. Great track. Tool's got Die Eier von Satan. German. What a language. And of course, then there's things like David Bowie. You have to have David Bowie on here, and there's a lot of his work would fit. Sense of Doubt and New Cone off of Heroes. The whole Black Star album's another one. But really, I gotta go with We Are the Dead, one of Bowie's greatest vocal performances off of the Diamond Dogs album. A lot of people pick that as their favorite album. But yeah, what else is there? But we gotta, how do you top Bowie on Halloween? Literally the freaking Goblin King. I know. Christopher Lee. Let's go, man made tons of B-movie, Hammer B horror movies. Played Dracula. Was in the Wicker Man. All sorts of other stuff. But he also was an opera performer. Basso profundo voice, I believe. I'm like a noble baritone. He's a bit lower than me, and commanding voice. Got him that role in Lord of the Rings. But let's go and pick. Oh, geez, what is that song? Oh yes, The Bloody Verdict of Verdun, where he convincingly sings about killing 4,000 Saxon men. And you know what? He's convincing. He's waving around. He's got a sword in his hand. Also, he knew how to use that thing. He's not like... he was a secret agent at one point, and earlier on in his career before the acting. And, Christopher Lee. And the music video and everything else like that. But yeah, terrifying voice. Hope you like my list. And I'm finishing up the music video. It should be out pretty soon. A few days. Until then, enjoy the last one I did. I released a little over a month ago, and has lots of spiders in the music video. And all sorts of unsettling progressive music things like microtones and odd time signatures and strange harmonic structures. Anyways, like I said, it's Portland. It's Halloween. But every day in Portland's basically Halloween. It's just it's an acceptance of strange things. You will distinctly notice that the city is still not on fire, not a war zone. It's odd to have to be pointing that out. Anyways, take care of yourself.